Hello. So, this is an update on the cargo plane. I have not made an update for the past 4 or 5 months. I have been really busy on building it and just other personal stuff I've been busy on. And I've just been forgetting to make a video. I've been wanting to make a video for the past 2 weeks now because I had progress. Last time, in the last video, I didn't have any of this. This is the wing, both left and right. This is supposed to be the number 3 engine mount. The engine's supposed to go right here. This is permanently in there, but the engine itself also is permanently going to be in there, but it goes right here, and it's going to hold right there. Last time I made this, if you were to look at my video from about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, I didn't check. I could be wrong, but I think it's around there. The wing it was foam board like this on the wing, and I had the airfoil glued in between each one. I realized that was structurally weak, so at my school we have a wood shop, and I got permission to use it to build all of this here. And later I'll change this to balsa wood. Right now it's just like 2x4s and like pine wood. These here, or no, not these. These, I think even these, yeah, are hardwood, like walnut or something like that. Especially this is a hardwood. It's just the only wood that was actually thin enough that I could use it properly, so that's why I grabbed it, because I didn't want to really use a table saw and cut something that thin. I'm kind of too scared to go that close. Even though it's a saw stop and it will pull the blade in, if your finger does get accidentally too close, I still prefer to be safe and not. So this is the vertical stabilizer, and the horizontal stabilizer is up here. So if I were to take this, flip it over carefully. This is detachable, by the way. I just have it attached for now, just so you can see it together, how it'll look on the actual airplane when it's finished. This is how it's going to be connected. This part right here, this whole kind of frame-looking thing, detaches. It's supposed to go inside the fuselage, and then there's supposed to be like a layer of foam board, which is like the fuselage. It's supposed to be the layer of foam board in between. It's supposed to be this thick. Supposed to go like right here at the bottom of this. Orientate that the right way, right here. And then basically I have carriage bolts at the top. You could see this one here. If you look, you can see that one. This one has been covered up because on this one here that's underneath this piece of wood, I couldn't every time I put the bolt in, it would get shoved upwards, so I would glue this piece of wood and nailed it in place. So now it won't get shoved upwards. The cool thing about these carriage bolts is I don't need a wrench up top. I just hammer them into the wood. They have this little square shaped thing. When you hammer it into the wood, it presses into there and it will automatically hold itself in place. It's gonna make sure not to over tighten them, because then it will round out and then will basically be useless. This one I did have to put a piece of wood here because this piece keeps it from going up. Basically these bolts will come off, and then this right here will actually permanently be glued into the fuselage with like hot glue, and I'll just like be putting the vertical stabilizer on top, and this is how it's gonna be held on. The horizontal stabilizer is held on by these two screws here. This here, I'm actually about to get to in just a second. I was just about to get to that. So I'm gonna have this metal wire right here. It's going to be soldered right to it and kind of be tied off and soldered. And then it's going to go across 4 feet out right here into the center of this wing. Again, these are not 4 feet apart, but I'd say right about here. So if we go 4 feet out, and these two will not be touching this, be about this far away from it. 4 feet out into the middle thing with another one of these, and this is going to keep the vertical stabilizer and just the whole assembly here from being blown backwards off the aircraft. It'll hopefully give it a little extra stability to keep it from falling off. I was originally going to use string, just like normal yarn and normal synthetic string, but I'm like, that's not going to be strong enough. So these metal, I don't know what you call them, bars. I'm just gonna call them bars. They keep the wing from flexing. I was originally in the original design. I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned it in a video before. You're just gonna have like airfoils like these hold this in place. But I'm like, that's not gonna be strong enough because I mean the hot glue is not gonna be strong enough to keep the airfoils, because right here in the center is the the part that's holding the most, bearing the most weight. There's holes in each and every single parts of this. So if I were to pull this wing out here real quick, there, they come out. You got the screw holes here, and these screws in varying length. I think this one's about an inch. No, this one's about 1.5 inches, and this one's 2 inches. They screw directly into this bottom piece, which also goes in the fuselage. This bottom piece that goes in the fuselage will not be glued in there permanently, because I want the fuselage to come apart. I am getting the foam board that I will be building the thing today, hopefully sometime. I don't know when, but sometime today. And start building the thing, and I'll make it up in about 3 days. So, and then this is the servo wire for the servos and ESCs that will be in here. I'm using, I'm using these 2200 milliamp Spectrum 3S batteries. I'm not sure 1 or 2 of them yet. I'll find out when I get to building it how many I'll use. And here are the motors I'll be using. These are just 3 of them and the ESCs. The other ESC and motor is in here. I was working with the ESC and motor just the other day, so I didn't put them back on here. And here they are, all 4 of them. One of these motors here will go not directly on this piece of wood, but it will be out on the engine mount, right about like this. And it'll have a big 9-inch prop, 3-bladed. And I will have, just to keep the aircraft from veering off to one side, the props will all be spinning in different directions. 2 will be spinning counterclockwise, the other will be spinning counterclockwise. So to keep it from, it'd be like a mix. It'd be like, here on the way outside will be clockwise, then counterclockwise, then clockwise again, then counterclockwise. It'll keep it from like yawing in one direction. It'll be more stable. And then, this is the wire I'm going to be using to wire up to make the battery cable, the power cable, for the whole setup. And these are the push rods I'll be using. Have this. The servos, I haven't ordered them yet, but I'm trying to find, hold on. These servos, about 22 kilogram torque, even though I couldn't find anything with about 2 kilograms, which I think would have been enough. So I was like, whatever, screw it. And I just found 4 of them for $20. So I'm like, you know what? That's fair price. I'm going to grab that. So whenever I get the money, which I do have the money now, I just haven't had the chance to order it yet. Might do that tonight. I'll do that. So that will be coming in shortly. So that basically wraps up most of the update. I don't have anything else to update on. And this is fairly strong, though also fairly heavy. I'm going to hope the plane has enough thrust. It should. Each of these altogether should weigh about 6 pounds. Meaning the plane and the fuselage and the rest of the foam board should add an extra 4. So my original estimate was 15 pounds. It looks like more. It's going to be 10 pounds, which is actually better. I thought it was going to be around 15 pounds, which is way better than I thought it was going to be. But I don't know. We'll find out how it's... But the only problem with the foam board of mine is it's expensive, and it took over a week to get here. Anyways, this is the receiver I'm using. Yeah, the receiver isn't in here right now, but this is what I'm using. Trying to get it to focus. I don't think you guys can see it good enough. But that's the one, an 8-channel receiver. No flaps yet. I'm going to get a 10-channel remote before that's going to happen. But the amount of channels I have now is enough to do what I want to do. It's going to have the 1 channel for the ailerons, the other channel for the elevator, other channel for the rudder, other channel for the motors. So that's 4 channels already. And then we'll have only 1 extra channel that actually is not like a fake channel. Because this has what's called safe. Basically where it will restrict me from turning a certain amount if I have the switch flip on. Which I will, because I am not exactly the best flyer when I am out of safe mode. I kind of end up doing rolls by accident, and like, I basically need practice. So again, I don't know whether 2 or 1 of these batteries will be used. I'm gonna hope 1. Then 2, then again 2, with a total of 5,400 milliamp hours is not bad, because 2 of them make 5400 milliamps. So yeah, I don't know. I'll make an update. This thing's probably gonna fly in about 3 weeks, honestly. So I'm like really nervous. Even right now, I'm nervous because I am not looking forward to the possible outcome of my bad piloting, because I've really only been flying RC planes for about a year. I've flown more drones than anything, but honestly, drones didn't really interest me too much. I preferred airplanes, because airplanes and drones just sit there and hover, take pictures, and whatever. Drone racing is also not my thing. I don't really want to do drone racing, but seaplanes, I personally think they're cooler, and you could actually base them off of real aircraft. Again, this is my own design, completely my own design, not based off of any aircraft. It's not even any scale, because this aircraft doesn't even exist. This is the first time it's ever been built. And if you want, I have a model I actually built of this plane. What it might look like when it's finished. Okay, well, this is somewhat what the nose will look like. It won't be quite this long. Will be version 1-200 with a longer nose, but think of the nose about 1 inch shorter, and then the tail, well, it kind of broke off, but this is basically what the fuselage will all look like, is like this. And then where the wood color is, if you look right here, that's actually supposed to be white. I didn't have any white paint on hand, so I couldn't do that, but it's supposed to be white. But that's also exactly how the plane is supposed to be painted. And the name, the designation of the plane, the name, is going to be the All-American. Now, I will not be painting it until after the first 5 flights, where I am confident that it works good, and I have fixed everything that possibly needs to be fixed. First flight, just maneuverability, just for me to get a feel of the aircraft. Second flight is just basically my practice on takeoffs and landings and touch and goes. And then the third flight is maybe when I'm going to start testing. Because when I first built the aircraft, I'm not going to have the cargo door and Bombay doors cut out yet, because I don't want to spend all that extra time until I am confident this plane will fly the way I want it to. And once I tweak it, then yes, it'll be good. But the third flight, I'm not going to drop anything. I'll just test and see. I'll just open up the cargo door, the Bombay doors, just to see what effect it will have on the aircraft's performance. Not performance, but like maneuverability. If it'll have any characteristic of maneuverability, any impact. And then fourth flight will probably be my very first drop. I don't know what I'm dropping yet. I'm gonna try to go towards like a watermelon. Then again, I don't really want to waste food, so I might not go do a watermelon. I might just drop a water balloon or 2. I think that would be good enough. And then fifth flight. Honestly, I don't know for the fifth flight yet, because I haven't exactly fully figured out the details of that one. But I want to do something of like a high-speed pass. And I'll try to get all of these 5 flights on video, so you all can see it. Then again, I don't know for sure what fifth flight will be, but I do know for sure what the first 4 flights would be. But yeah, that's basically all I have for today. I'll update you guys in about 3 days. So, hope you have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye.